Hi everyone, it's me, Infinity Rising. I am really feeling the miracles that God is working on a quantum level. I am being restored and upgraded and aligned with my soul and our true mission and calling here as a royal protector, a mother, a queen, a goddess. We have signed up for this amazing experience, and our souls chose to do this alchemy, to transmute darkness into light. So our souls chose for us to incarnate into difficult life situations and being highly targeted by demonic entities and Satan, and seeing how the devil thought and operated to siphoning from us and trying to rob us of our divine superpowers and authority, which is given to us by God as we are God's children. So it was all about seeing how they could siphon from us. It was all about seeing how they could try to trick us out of our own blessings. And so we'd be so tired too that we wouldn't be able to feed our highest manifestations because we're allocating our energy with survival mode and having to live in the matrix and have afford shelter and basic necessities that should not be something that we have to do energetically, is to be slaves in this world. Being helpful in society is one thing, but like, this is a society that is sick, and it's designed to be parasitic and to be of excess and harvesting on too much on God's sacred resources. So they designed this patriarchy, they designed this world, this matrix, to be inverted from God in every which way possible so that people would forget about their true soul's purpose for coming here. They would forget, and that they could prolong the amnesia so that they could try to destiny swap with us. They place their lizards, their snake people, to be royalty on Earth, and they treated the true children of God as they were not worthy, and they were a burden and something to be exploited. But like, the master plan is that it was all for us to awaken. It was all for us to awaken and to beat it, and to be so strong in our faith with God our connection to source, to knowing that this is all for us to transmute into light. Anything that darkness does to try to get to us, if we stay connected to source and stay plugged in, is an opportunity for us to level up, to let go of something that is weighing us, and to rise even higher in our enlightenment and in our soul's purpose and alignment for the highest plan. So the darkness has its purpose, and without the darkness we cannot embody so much light. I'm nervous about what's ahead in my life a little, but I'm more excited than nervous because I know that I've just got to get some peace and some sanctuary, a place where I can rest and heal my nervous system and plant flowers and enjoy them, and to dance in my garden and have the happiest, most harmonious life and existence for the rest of my years here. And I will continue to give and to flourish and to share my abundance and the love as I wish to do so. I will keep healthy boundaries so that I am not being harvested on by entities. And I will take very good care of myself to build a healthy life off of the matrix and living in the healing and the energetic grid of Mother Earth so we can anchor in the grid as the healers that we are, and to love and to protect God's sacred children. Because that's ultimately why we're here. And we're not going to fail them. But we've all got to rise. We've all got to choose to give this our best. To say that, what we inherited was a horrible, horrible, evil, disgusting, parasitic world of evil mind control programming and poisoning and, the things that they did to siphon on us energetically and to keep us from source was masterful, very intensely, deeply maniacal, methodical, manipulative, we experienced severe mind control, and that it was everything that we were fed. But on the other side of it was that God wanted us to see how powerful we were. That they would go so far to do harm to us as they were showing who they were, by what they were projecting on us. And it was a trip to experience. And so many timelines with so many different entities and enemies that the dark forces would try to bring into our lives. Gosh, sometimes I just get that realization that just takes over my entire body, and it's just like a big, huge hug from God that expands my heart open to the eternal, infinite oneness of it all, the infinity, past, present, future, all source embodiment, all happening and flowing through in the eternal now. And it just opens me so much. And it hurts, but it feels blissful and amazing at the same time, because God really sees us. God really sees us. And then God is showing us God. God is helping us to remember that that is who we are. So God, it's been amazing and wonderful and enlightening to return to that. Super, super, super blessed. And God reminds us in so many ways every day that we have so much to be grateful for. Thank you, oh Holy Spirit, God, Source, Creator. Beautiful, divine, amazing, incredible souls. I love you with all my heart. And we are a lot of love. We are very, 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 very big. That the devil tried everything that it could to suppress us and to keep us disempowered and down. And they tried to bury us. But we were seeds. We were planted. The alchemy that God has worked through us, on us, to help us to remember who we are. It is miracles upon miracles. grateful. Really grateful to God. I have to take a second. My feet are freezing cold. I want to get to some beautiful nature and beaches and higher vibrations and healing sanctuaries and living life however we want, because we are free. Because we are free by God to live high vibrational lives. Because we are sovereign. We are chosen. We are sacred to God. And we know our mission. And we're doing our mission. And we are quite blessed in our gifts to do it. The entire kingdom of heaven is helping us. All of the beautiful souls of the light. We are all one in our conscious awareness. We are integrated as our highest selves. Mission coded, activated, and embodied. So, alright. I'm gonna come up with some New Year's resolutions. I have leaving my husband coming up, and I love him deeply. But my mission is calling me so much. And it's like I've been living double lives, being with him and also being with my mission. And, I need a life that blends both. Because I am my mission. I am source. I am love. I can't fragment my energies. So I've had to really learn to love through detachment and trusting God to tell me if something is not aligned for me. And Christmas was a blessing, and I enjoyed most of it. There were things that happened that I knew that God was bringing up for me to recognize and to see. But nevertheless, we had to do that, and we had to face these truths about letting go and that we still love our angels, we still love our friends, but we are very selective over who and how we spend our energy. So we do our best to bring our highest selves and to carry energetically the highest timeline for all souls on earth. And I say all souls on earth because animals are souls, plants are souls, energy, love. It is a frequency, a divine frequency. So, as your superpowers, that's our superpowers, is love. So, we're healing this, and we're doing this great service for humanity and all souls on Gaia. And we are fully taking back our power from the dark forces, and on the path to continuing to do so, so that we can be a blessing to this world and to help shift out of darkness and into light this paradigm. That's why we came to Earth. That's why we have ascended. And that's what we're doing as we have won this war energetically. And we know that we are destined for our highest timelines. We are our future selves, the versions of ourselves that have already won. And we have created new Earth. We are living our lives in healing and opening our hearts to God so that we can be expanded and elevated to our higher evolutionary plan. There's so many ways we can do better and to help others to do better, and I think that we have infinite potential to do anything and limited time to do it. So let's do our best to not fall short. And, you know, it's like, if you don't want to be a part of New Earth, then show yourself out. I am not going to align with it. we have a mission here from God. And we are going to build our armies of angels and to bring together the divine order to shift this paradigm to what God truly intended for us. We all must take back our power and align to the Most High, bringing our highest selves through is how we win. It is game over for the devil on earth because they have nothing to feed on. They have nothing to feed on because we claim and call allegiance and oneness to our divine creator. And we are sacred vessels for God. We will not allow the devil to try to siphon our life force energy to shrink us into these tiny roles in society. It is a much bigger blueprint for us that we are working multidimensionally in the quantum and in our earth vessels. So I have to take care of myself. I have to get my life together. I don't understand how it could be so hard for me to get out of survival mode and to live my life in highest alignment with God's highest plan for me. You know, they've tried to shrink us so much, this patriarchy, this evil system, and, you know, we are here as bringers of the light. We are not small. We are not energetic food for these parasites, these clowns, these entities, these snakes, these venomous vampires. As we've been targeted our whole lives. Not anymore. Because we woke up. We woke up and we see through the lies. Darkness is surrounded. Fully exposed for all eyes to see. All I want to do is my divine mission in helping others and to being a vessel of light for God. To the highest of my ability. And I would say that, like, I've come so far. I've come so far that it is miraculous. And, you know, the work that I've been putting in with God shows, and it is reflecting, and it is making a ripple effect in this universe. Every soul that ascends and shifts into Christ consciousness becomes and embodies God and New Earth. It's time for us to expand our operations and give ourselves fully to God's highest plan. We are all a part of what is unfolding here on Earth, but there are some starseeds here who have advanced their mission protocol and activated higher timelines, as we are not limited access in the quantum. The matrix is where the devil tries to have control and shrink us. So we are manifesting abundance, and we are understanding that abundance is always ever present with us. It is our natural state. It is the natural flow of energy. As God loves us, and we are healing, and we are loving, and I think that if I can be so effective now, I will never, ever, 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 ever be less. I will keep going to infinity and beyond, because that is how much I love you. And I am not afraid of anything. And if I've got to surrender my life to God in the most amazing ways, then I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Because God shows me how much God loves me in this process. I get to remember. I get to be source embodied. We go through things that test us, that make us stronger, that help us to grow and evolve. It is through having courage and stepping out of our comfort zone is where God blesses us the most. That growth often isn't comfortable, and we've got to get out of our own way so that God can bless us. Like back in 2021, when I fully surrendered my life to God and donated my stuff to the women's homeless shelter and bought a tent and went to the beach. God worked miracles for me to show me that I wasn't alone. And that I was divinely supported and loved, and that the whole universe was helping me through that time. It's a beautiful, beautiful story, and I am so grateful for what they did. There were signs and angel numbers and everything. The whole scene was, the stage was set for me. There were messages from God in the universe everywhere. And I could see that the whole world was orchestrated by God to show me that I could be okay no matter where I went or what happened. And that, yeah, the enemy was gonna follow me, the devil was gonna target me, but their weapons would never prosper. And we lived this amazing life, this amazing experience. Homeless light working. You know, I wasn't on the streets for very long. And I realized that, like, God had called me to stay there for a little while. And to, you know, I met beautiful people and angels, and I got to be a light to others. And God used me a lot in that time in my life when I was in Imperial Beach. And I met the angels that, you know, signed up to meet me at that time, and everything shifted and aligned for my highest good. And it was all happening for me, not to me. And I had literal miracles, like going through gang attack and you know, the things that God would do to show me that that this life was being curated on my behalf, to show me how strong and amazing and wonderful and divine and loved that I am. but also that God is like winking at me through the things that I went through, because a lot of it was traumatic and horrible, and God's like, I know this is for, you know, going to make you really strong on the other side of it. So I want, you know, I want for you to have the full experience, because you know that it brings you closer to me. We've had that. We've had that. And my life is a surrendering to God. That's who I am. And that is what makes me so powerful, is that I do it all for love. I do it all for the highest good and the highest alignment for all souls on earth. So if anyone's energies coming to me is off or anything, my ancestors are so protective of me, because we have this calling and what we are working multidimensionally. So we have to protect ourselves. I had to let go sometimes when it felt painful to do. But necessary. And that's another part of it that makes it, you know, it's a real surrendering. But God is helping us to get there, to understanding that it's happening for us. And that we're all being healed from this world. And we have to go into it, go into the pain, go into the outrage, and the wounds that have been inflicted on us collectively. To feel it in order to heal it. I felt like no one could have access to me who didn't understand my soul and how sacred we were. It was a very hungry world, and we are very pure of heart, beautiful souls. But we are warriors of God, so the worse and the more parasitic that the entities became, the more awareness we acquired on how it would try to rob from us, to siphon from us, to shrink us. To steal our energy, to steal our loosh, to harvest us. I feel a very big leveling up for 2026 here, because the devil is done keeping me down. The devil is so fucking over. And I know my soul, I know my mission, I know why I'm here. I am a powerful vessel of God. And I am a bright light in this world. And I know that it's hard to see when you've been blinded by darkness for so long. And I understand that it requires healing and integration to really understand the gravity of what is happening and what we're doing here. But that we are doing it. We are capable. We are powerful. We are divine. A lot of things had to happen to break us open. I've had countless near-death experiences in my life. The devil tried many times but could never take me out. I've survived things I shouldn't. I've survived my own setbacks and insecurities and limited thoughts and beliefs, the oppression, the abuse, the toxicity, the projections, the slander, the witchcraft, the voodoo, the curses, the hexes, the spells, all that darkness cast upon us. Their weapons did not prosper. Nor will they ever. We have transcended the 3D thought matrix and have embodied our authentic light through Source. And we have recoded ourselves to our eternal divine soul alignment in this universe. So we are anchoring in the grid. Anchoring in the grid. And I am devoted to this timeline that God has shown me and is unveiling within me gradually as I am still growing, expanding, and evolving every day. Exponentially. It's like all that darkness did to destroy us, to disempower us. We're getting higher codes from God to make up for. Everything that the devil tried to take is being restored with interest. And we are remembering that the kingdom of God has always been within. It was never without. It was never in a church. It was never external. So we are living miracles. We are Source. And we are unstoppable. We are immortal. Our souls are not limited to these vessels. And we are expanded beyond eternity. Surrendering our lives to God's highest plan unfolding. We've been on this mission for over 5 years, and it was always destined within us all along. We always cared, and we always thought about things. We always thought about the world in a deeper way. We felt like we had a higher calling. And everything that we went through was all clues and pieces of the higher puzzle that we were meant to solve. And now we are here, like at the end of this paradigm. Cashing in on all the good karma that we have racked up. And we've embodied Source to create and to birth the new. God is literally using us as a vessel. So going forward, we've got to get off the draconian money systems of oppression and get God's warriors of light funding and resources so that we can help to the highest of our ability. We can't be limited to material and these earthbound matrix limitations that, in all honesty, are not more powerful than God. You know, it's the veil. It is the lie. We are the light. Their authority in this world is a lie. The governments, they have no real authority, no real control. The real authority is God. So that's the shift that we're making. And we are choosing to not be energetic food for these parasites and to give our energy to God and to serving a higher calling and a higher purpose. Okay. So as I say that, I'm dreaming about new earth sanctuaries and gardens, and I'm smelling the flowers and dancing around the trees, and I'm watering my garden and thinking about all the wonderful times that are ahead for us going into new earth. And I am tearing down all storylines of limitations and lack, and I am embracing abundance that I have with Source and being a vessel of light to help humanity and to setting this right, getting us back to a vibration of a frequency of love and healing, rather than, you know, what has been feeding on us. So, because we have this mission in the earth plane too. You know, we've got these earth vessels, we've got skin in the game, and we need the places and spaces to have communities of light. We've got to make sure that the children are not being taught these lies and being siphoned on to be indoctrinated into like slave systems that are parasitic on their blessings, and schools that try to rob children of actual creativity and shrink them and reduce them down to like learning lies and false histories and dumbing down their true divine potential through Source, through embracing their gifts and creativity rather than being programmed. So we've got to work, have our land, and bring together the beautiful souls who have sacred mission here on earth. And to build the new. All right, I'm cold, and I've gotta do a couple things and go. But I'm always working for you, even if I'm not on here. So, know that I'm going through a time in my life that I'm unsure of a lot of things, but I am sure of God. And I'm trusting it. Even though, you know, we don't want to live in these earth conditions any longer. You know, we've got to change this storyline from struggle to strength, and, you know, we're doing it. No more scarcity. This is abundance with God, and we are alchemists. So, you know, whatever happens is gonna happen, and we're gonna continue to be the light and to shine bright, and to continue to rise to our highest potential, to serve the Most High. So, you know, it's going to manifest however it manifests, but, you know, we're dreaming it and we're creating it as we speak. And that is a beautiful thing. All right, guys. I need your prayers. I need your prayers, and I need your support, because it's too heavy for me to carry on my own. And I need my angels and my God to show up for me, and I need my life to higher align to my soul mission here, and I'm gonna do my best to serve, because, you know, God is my everything here. The only thing that is keeping me here is to serve God and to serve humanity. So, whatever's going to shift in my life to help us to higher align with our soul mission on earth is gonna happen. And I trust that, and I trust the divine unfolding of events in my life. Because I know that God is doing it. So, I'm gonna continue to love and to heal and to work on me, so that I can be a better version of myself every time I plug in with you. And by doing that, we get to birth higher timelines and be vessels for God's miracles. So, we're grateful to have the help and to have been chosen, and it's just who our souls are. We just had gone through this simulation, playing it on the hardest level, and awakened to the truth of who we are, and realized that we were targeted because the devil knew we were its greatest threat. But we came here to change the world and to be a bridge from darkness to light, and to embody heaven on earth and source consciousness, Christ consciousness. So, keep shining, beautiful vessels of light, warriors of source. We are doing this, and we are winning this war, and we are shifting timelines out of darkness into light. You are so powerful, and you are needed in New Earth. So let's be empowered in our missions of light and help each other and inspire each other to do better, to take back our power, and to walk and live to serving the Most High in our divine authority on earth. And be miracle workers, because that's who we are. And that's what we came here to do. And that's what we're doing. And it's amazing. Alright, God bless you, beautiful souls. I appreciate each of you and the energy that you give into this shift that is happening. It is not unnoticed. It is not unseen. Even if it may look or feel that way at times, all of your energy and all of your love is counted for in the heavens. And you will reap what you have sown. And that everything that you have devoted in your energy to has been so that you could birth something true in this world. And that is your highest self and your light and your true purpose for coming to earth. So, keep going, keep healing, keep trusting, have faith that all is going to work out, even if things look doubtful in the physical. That the devil cannot take what you do not feed it. So don't feed your fears, feed your faith. Alright. I love you so much. Support Infinity Rising so that we can get the land and create our new earth sanctuaries. We are here doing the work for you, so we need help. We need all hands on deck, and God's warriors of the light have been awakening all across Mother Earth. We know that God's calling us to build an ark, so yeah, all hands on deck. Links are below. We have Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, GoFundMe, and we're going to continue to post the content, to speak our truth, and to shine our lights, and to, most importantly, surrender so that we can embody source and shift timelines from darkness to light. Here we go. All right. Thank you, beautiful souls. I love you, soul family. God bless you. Stay strong, warriors. You are needed. You are appreciated. And this is your time. So keep rising, warriors. I love you, and God bless you. Bye.